Hello and welcome back to yet another Saturday episode of Bobson Rants while playing Team Fortress 2 badly. Haha. So, what is it I want to talk about this week while I am playing Team Fortress 2? Let's see. Well, after last month and realizing I'd been doing this for 3 years, as well as looking at that game somebody suggested to me earlier this month, that YouTube live game, whatever it is, it made me think about how I got started and what advice I could give to people to help them get started doing YouTube stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do this week. I'm going to talk about and give some advice to new YouTubers on how to get started, what they need to know to get started. But let me preface it by saying this is not how to get famous. This is not how to be the next big YouTube star. This is just practical advice. Just simple advice on how to actually do the stuff that you need to do in order to get into doing YouTube videos. This isn't going to be how to be the next big name in the YouTube community. So yeah, let me just preface that by saying it. So yeah, let's see. First off, video and audio. Now, if you're first starting off, if you haven't made any videos yet, then you probably don't really have a good setup. You don't have the expertise. You don't have the equipment to really do it, or the programs to really do it, and you may have never even looked at it before. So what I would suggest is getting a good microphone. First off, get a good microphone. If you're planning to use some microphone that your older brother or you yourself purchased like years ago for like $10, then it's going to sound like you're using a microphone that you got years ago for $10. It's going to sound like that. So I would suggest at least investing in a decent headset. I'm not saying you need to have a $200 top of the line kind of headset or desk mounted mic, but a decent one that you get at a local store like Walmart or something. I mean, the one I'm using right now I got for $30 at Walmart. It's a decent headset. It's lasted me and had a better quality than my original ones, but it's a good headset, and I'm glad I made the investment in buying it because it has really helped me out. Also, video. Find a good video recording software, or if you're using a camera, get a decent camera that you're going to be using to record yourself, because you want to have as good quality as possible. If you're doing face cam stuff like vlogs or something, or if you're doing gameplay footage, then you need to have a good stuff to actually record it. Now, a good camera, I don't really know a lot about cameras. I don't do face cam. I don't know a lot about it, but there's plenty of good desktop cameras you can get. I would suggest looking for a good one, finding a good one, and setting it up to get the best quality footage you can with it. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff on the forums for those cameras, for those products, that will help you get that kind of stuff. And same goes for desktop recording software like OBS or Fraps or something like that. Find one that works on your system, and then try and get the best quality out of it. I mean, some of the programs like that are very just click it and record and everything works fine. Others, like OBS, are a bit more intensive in the way you have to set them up to get the best quality. So I would suggest doing your research, making sure you have the best setup for your system when you start recording. That way you can get the best video quality for your videos. So, point number 2, get a good video editor. Now, I'm not talking about hiring somebody to edit. I'm talking about a good editing program. If you're making longer videos that you need to cut down or add transitions into, having a decent editor with a fair number of options that you can use while editing your video is a very good idea. I personally use one I picked up on Steam. I think it's called Movie Studio Platinum or something, and that's the one I use. But if you don't have something like that, or you don't want to spend the money on it, and you're just using something like a Windows Movie Editor or whatever it's called, I don't remember the name of it, then you're going to be very limited in what you can do, because programs like that, free programs, usually don't have a lot of options in them, but they can still be useful. And yes, editing your videos, getting the most out of it, and cutting out dead space in your videos where there's nothing happening, or you go off to use the bathroom or something and it's just dead space, dead air for like 5 minutes while you're playing a game or something like that. That's not good to have or leave in your videos. So edit your videos, use transitions, have like an intro and an outro, and make the video as best as you can. So yeah, that's another bit of advice right there. Make a plan. That's another thing. Making a plan when you go into starting a YouTube channel. Make a plan on what you want to shoot for. Whether you want to do vlog style videos, ranting style videos like this, gameplay videos, news videos, whatever it is, make a decision when you first start what you want to try and go for. Now, you can alter it along the way. If you start out and you find you're not having as much fun, or you try something new and realize that's a lot more fun, then go for that. But all in all, you need to have some level of plan on what you want to do and what you want to shoot for with your channel. So have an idea beforehand is a good idea. Setting a schedule. Setting a schedule is also very good because it allows people to know when your videos are going to come out. Even if you're just putting out one video a day, or if you're putting out one video a week, and that's the only video you put out each week, and you put a lot of time and a lot of effort into editing it, into recording it, then have a set day that you usually record, and have a set day you usually upload and have your videos released. Because if you have a set day you have it released each week, and a set time, then it will allow your viewers to know when to check back on your channel, when the video will be coming out, and either have it in the description of the previous video if you're doing like a series or something, or have it on your Twitter, have it on your YouTube page saying when you release your videos, what day of the week, what time during the day, and like that. I mean, personally, I put out a video every single day, and I always have it coming out at 1:30 Eastern US time. That's the time I chose randomly for no particular reason, and that's the time I have set. I record my videos, I get them edited, and I get them uploaded well in advance. And that's another thing. Never upload your videos as you need to release them, because there's always a possibility that you'll lose your internet connection during the upload, or something will go wrong with the upload and it'll have to be deleted and re-uploaded again, or something like that. So my advice is always try and upload early, like a day before. Have it uploaded, have it set to private. That way you can schedule the release for the day, for the time you need, for the scheduled release schedule you have. So yeah, that's my advice on that. Always read comments. I mean, some comments are very not worth reading sometimes, and those are kind of the ones that say, "Hey, I really like your channel, come check out my channel," and those are comments that are basically trying to get you to sub to them in exchange for them subbing to you. And those are kind of just annoying, really, because it doesn't really help you. I mean, yes, it increases your subscriber numbers, but it doesn't really help you because you don't really get views if they're just subscribing to you to get you to subscribe to them. Then it's not really helpful, honestly, because they're not watching your videos, you're not watching their videos, so it doesn't help nearly as much. But yeah, always read the comments, even the ones that are spammy kind of thing or advertisements kind of thing. You can have it set up to automatically hide or delete those kind of comments, but always read them just to make sure that it's actually like a spam comment and not like someone just making an offhand comment on your video and it gets picked up by the spam filters, because that sometimes happen, and you can just go manually in there and approve that comment to be released and put up on the video page. But yeah, always read your comments, reply to them when they give you advice, because sometimes you will get some good advice. I get good advice all the time from the people who watch my videos. People who comment and give me advice on the games I'm playing, give me advice on games I should be playing, and stuff like that, and I really appreciate it. I try to reply whenever I can think of something to reply with, and yeah, that really does help. And it helps you interact with your community. It helps you interact with your viewers, and it will help you build your viewer base. Let's see what else. Be careful when you first get started of random invites to networks. Now, I'm not saying that networks are a bad thing, but once you start getting into doing YouTube and having some videos and getting a few subscribers, getting some views and stuff, you will notice that you start getting approached by random recruiters for random networks. Sometimes networks you've never even heard of. And always be careful of this. Don't just jump at the chance to join a network from the first recruiter who contacts you. Always look into the network. Always make sure that they have a good contract, that they're not going to be a permanent lock-in contract that's in perpetuity kind of thing. And always check to see what other people think of that network, whether it's a reputable one, whether it has good contract, good information about it. Always check that out, because you don't want to get stuck in a contract with a network that you're not happy with just because it was the first one that contacted you and offered you to join. Because networks can be very helpful. They can be very useful in helping you grow your channel, but they can also be detrimental because they do take up a fair amount of your advertisement revenue. So just be careful with that. Don't jump at the first one that offers you a nice shiny penny for joining their network or whatever. Join social media. Create a Twitter account for your channel. Have it automatically uploading your videos. Whenever your videos release, automatically releasing to there, to Facebook, to wherever. Find some good social media outlets that you can use to help advertise your channel. Don't try and just spam it everywhere. Like I was saying earlier, don't just go to random people's videos and spam your channel, because some people find that very annoying and they just hide or even delete those comments on their videos. So find a good way to advertise your channel that doesn't annoy people, is what I'm really trying to say with that. Let's see. And most importantly, when you first get started, you may not really understand the whole copyright thing on YouTube. And that is going to be very important. Once you get into YouTube, you are going to realize just how important copyright is. Now, copyright issues on YouTube are their own subject that are just, like, I could fill an entire video talking about that kind of stuff. But when you first start making your videos, do not use anything that's copyrighted. Don't take a random song you got on your downloaded somewhere and put it in your video in the background, because it will get copyright flagged. It will get picked up by YouTube's automatic flagging system, and you will get in trouble for it. It will flag your video. It will send a notification to the copyright owners, and they may or may not put a copyright strike on your video. And once you get 3 copyright strikes on your videos, you're done. Your channel is deleted. It's gone. And you have to go through a massive, long process that's very annoying to do to get your channel back. And if you fail at that, it's just gone forever, permanently. So be extremely careful with using any kind of copyrighted material in your videos, especially music. Even just like a 15-20 second clip of a music video, or a piece of music from like a famous artist or something, then it's probably going to get flagged at some point, especially if you're using it in your intro or your outro, or even just a random little section of your video. It could cause you trouble down the line and could get you in trouble. Now, best case scenario, the copyright claim is relegated to them just putting ads on your video, claiming ownership of your video, and claiming all advertisement revenue from your video. Worst case scenario, it gets copyright flagged, copyright striked, video gets deleted, and you have a very real problem and potentially losing your channel if you get too many of those. So always be careful when using any kind of copyrighted material. That's one of the reasons I never have the music playing in my videos, in my gameplay videos. I just turn the music off in the games because there's always the possibility they have licensed music in there, and it can be very annoying to deal with that kind of thing, even with cutscenes and stuff like that. So yeah, that is the basic advice I have. Like I said, it wasn't advice on how to become famous, the next big YouTuber, just basic advice on how to get started and how not to get yourself screwed over with copyright or getting stuck in a bad contract with a bad network. And basic information on how to get started with recording and getting yourself set up, basically. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's enough for this week. It's been around 15 minutes. Yeah, 15? Yeah, I think that's long enough. So, anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Bobson. This has been another episode of Bobson Rants. And until next time, I will see you later. And I hope the information I gave you in this video was actually pretty helpful. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.